Hi yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time. In today's Yin class we are focusing on digestion, and I'm also going to be using a palm mudra, which is where we connect the thumb to the tip of the middle finger and the ring finger, keeping index and pinky fingers extended. So a palm mudra is a wonderful mudra to use for digestion, for detoxing, for releasing, and not just things that we've eaten, but anything that the body's struggling to assimilate and process. So, previous bad memories, thought patterns, emotions, as well as digestion. So throughout the class, I'll encourage you to use a palm mudra. I've got 2 blocks handy. If you don't have a block, you can always use a rolled up towel or a thick book. We're going to start in a seated position, coming down into a side bend. So I'm going to bring my elbow to the knee, but if that's a bit of a reach for you, you could always place your block there, or if you don't have a block, you could even position a chair over the leg and take the elbow to the leg. So when you're ready, coming down, and your left hand's going to go to the low back, and I'm going to take a palm mudra and rest the back of the palm on the low back. And placing the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth, keeping the jaw relaxed, and maintaining a tone in the back of the throat. And find your drishti here, a point to focus the gaze, or feel free to close the eyes. Begin to create space in the side waist with your breath. And take one more breath here. And follow your next inhalation, lifting up and out of the pose. So from here, I'm just going to turn my hips so that I am directly over that right leg. And if you're quite tight through the hamstrings or the back, you might choose to bend that knee a little and place a block underneath. Ideally, we want to bring the belly to touch the thigh. So you might need to take the block a little higher, or if you can keep the legs straight and the belly can connect to the thigh, feel free to do so. I encourage you to support the head if you can. So if you've got a block or 2 close by. And we're going to turn the palms up, and again connecting the fingers into a palm mudra. And keeping the jaw relaxed. And begin to deepen the breath into the back side of the body. And throughout the class, let's look for a longer exhalation. So I'll count your next breath just to help with your pace. But if you need to breathe against my count, please do so. Never strain the breath. We'll inhale for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. As you inhale, allow the navel and the low back to expand. And as you exhale, gently draw them in towards the spine. Let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And feel free to adjust the length of the breath. Maybe you can inhale for 5 and exhale for 7. Just ensure the exhalation is longer and you remember to pause before you exhale. And take one more breath here to your count. With your next inhalation, gently walk those hands back, lifting up out of the pose. Take your props to the side. We'll just lean back on those hands and swish those knees from side to side. I'm probably feeling a little longer on the right side than the left. When you're ready, we'll change. Left leg out on a 45-degree angle, bending that right leg. If you find that this hip and knee need support, you can always pop a block underneath for support. When you're ready, coming down into your side bend. Taking a palm mudra through the right hand and resting the back of the palm on the lower back. And be careful not to go to your edge. Don't look for your maximum stretch, because there you can't breathe a full deep breath. And feel free to find a very slight tuck of the tailbone here. And follow your next inhalation, lifting up out of the pose. Turning the hips now so that you are square over that left leg, and when you're ready, folding forward. Propping the body however you need to. Allowing those palms to face the ceiling. And connecting a palm mudra. Breath awareness into the back side of the body. Feeling the back rise on the inhalation. A moment to pause before you exhale and soften into the pose. Now count your breath once again to help set the pace, same as before. Let's exhale together. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And follow your next inhalation, slowly lifting up and out of the pose, placing your props to the side. Once again, we'll lean back on those hands and just swish those knees from side to side. From here, we'll recline. Make sure you can reach your props. So once you've come down, we will take a hold of the left leg, coming into a twist, take the left knee over to the right. So feel free to place a block underneath that knee for support. A few options with this twist. You might choose to stay as you are, or if it's comfortable for you, you can straighten that left leg. And if there's no strain in your back, we'll start to move the right leg back just a touch. Then bend the right knee and collect the right foot with the left hand. And if you can't quite reach the foot, you can always use a strap instead. So starting to move into a twist with a little back bend. And again, looking for that longer exhalation. So I'll allow you to count your breath this time. Be sure to pause before you exhale. And taking one more inhalation here. And when you begin to exhale, releasing the pose, returning to your back. Moving to the other side now, draw the right leg in and moving into your twist. Option to keep that right knee bent or straighten the leg. And if your body says yes, if there's no discomfort, bend the left leg and take a hold of the left foot with the right hand. And breathing into the lower belly, the lower back, the lower body. Finding that longer exhalation. Taking one more breath. Releasing the pose on the exhalation. And then returning to your back. So two choices, we're going to come up to seated briefly. You might roll to one side and push yourself up, or for just a little core work, place the hands underneath the bottom, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Push through the balls of the feet, lifting the head up off the mat, lower belly is firm. Slowly begin to lower those legs down. And when you're an inch above the floor, hinge your way up to seated. So next posture, I'm going to place the blocks underneath the upper back. So I will have one block in between the shoulder blades, one under the head. I've made a T shape with the blocks. Now if you don't have two blocks, you can always place one under the shoulders and use a pillow under the head, or if you have no blocks at all, you can use a rolled up towel, and if you're using a towel, take it across the bottom of the shoulder blades. So if you've got the blocks, we're going into a T shape, otherwise just one underneath the shoulders. So a few choices for this pose depending on your knees especially and your hips. You might choose just recline onto the back and keep those knees bent, especially if your low back is catching your awareness. You might like to straighten the legs or bring the feet together, take the knees out wide into butterfly pose. Final variation, I'm going to take saddle pose. It's a really good one for the stomach meridian and will help with digestion, but not one that's suitable for everybody's knees. So for saddle pose, I'm going to sit on my feet and have my knees nice and wide. And if you prefer to do a traditional hero pose, a traditional hatha hero pose with the bottom in between the feet, by all means, feel free to do so. So choose, again, the variation that your body says yes to, one that there is no discomfort. In your own time, recline, and if you're coming down into saddle, lift the hips and try and tuck the tailbone just before you meet the blocks, so that you've got no compression in the low back, and find a little length. So resting here, let's turn those palms to face the ceiling. And once again, taking a palm mudra. Tip of the thumb to meet the tip of the middle and ring fingers. And when you're ready to release the pose, you can turn the palms down. If you're just on a towel, just roll off to your side. If you're on the blocks, tuck in your chin, pushing down through the palms, coming all the way up. And we'll take those feet from underneath us. So do keep your props close by, and we'll recline once again. We'll come into another twist. This time move your hips a touch to the left. Cross the left leg over the right and bring those knees down to the right. You might choose to place your prop underneath the knees for support. Option to have the arms out to the side, taking a palm mudra once again, or you can always interlace the fingers and take them to the base of the neck. And if it feels okay for your neck, move the back of the head a touch to the right and then turn the head to the left. So twists are a great way to wring out the body of tension, stress, help to stimulate digestion. And be sure to find that belly breath, that abdominal breath. And as you inhale, imagine the lower belly, the lower back equally expanding. And gently draw them in as you exhale. So once again, please find a longer exhalation. Your next inhalation, bring those knees back to center, and we'll change sides. So uncrossing the legs, moving the hips a touch to the right, crossing right leg over the left, and bringing those knees down to your left. Once again, if it feels okay for your neck, move the back of the head a touch to the left, and now turn the head to the right. Take one more breath. Next inhalation, knees coming back to center and uncrossing those legs, squaring the hips. Coming into a supportive bridge pose now. So you might use your towel if you have it. Otherwise, you could place one block on the flat side under the tailbone. You might like to take your block to the second height. If you have two blocks and it feels okay for your back, you can stack the blocks both on the flat side underneath the low back. Tucking the shoulders under, connecting the fingers into a palm mudra. Softening the forehead. Checking the position of the tongue. And just observing the body rising and falling with the ebb and flow of the breath. Let's turn those palms down now. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift the heels and the hips at the same time. Remove your prop. Keep those heels high as you lower down one vertebrae at a time. When you touch down, feel free to take the knees and the hands, just cupping the hands over the knees. Arms as straight as you inhale, and bend the elbows as you exhale. Slow movement, slow breath. If you need longer with this motion, please take it. Otherwise, when you're ready, inhale those feet all the way down to the mat, coming into Shavasana. Tucking the shoulders under, allowing the heart to expand. Once again, taking a palm mudra. And softening the forehead and let the eyes roll back. The tongue is now heavy on the floor of the mouth. And taking as much time as you need to here, yogis, to just be. Allow the body to reset and the positive effects of your practice to assimilate in the body. And I hope you enjoyed your practice today. If so, please give me the thumbs up or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a lovely day. Namaste.